when you made that decision not to go to the law because of this, were you, up to today, are you still content with that decision?
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that anyway.
Yeah.
I would not have done that.
And that's a way of you protecting
Yeah,
your child too.
yeah,
Understandable.
absolutely. Yeah, and it's interesting. Like you were talking about your mum, and like I'm saying my child, because I always remember my mum saying to me, even when she was quite old, and I used to say, you know, I'm not a child. You're always a child to me, and that's how I see it. I think.
No, that's good. That's good. So would you say that your child had a choice to make each time he went to these dealers? Would you look at it like that or?
Yeah, well. So yes, they have a choice. However, dealers are manipulative individuals, and who will prey on vulnerable people. And, you know, it'll be like they'll tick them, you know, I didn't even know I knew the word tick until I got into this.
I haven't heard that word for.
Oh, my goodness, it's
for
ridiculous.
14, at least 12 years I haven't heard that word.
So they tick them, and then they, you know, and the thing is as well, when somebody has done drugs, they're not going to keep a little notebook. Oh, I did how many grams or whatever it is, and so they get exploited. And that's what makes me angry as well, because, you know, and they say because they've got no record, no receipt, no anything, they're just going to keep on exploiting them.
Yes. So we spoke about using some of your wages to pay off, you know, the steps. I mean, do you have a rough figure? How much we're talking?
I wouldn't like to say over the whole period, but I would say like in excess of £10,000 within a, I don't know, 18 months period.
I mean that's
But sorry, interrupting you.
Yes.
That I wouldn't say that's been through the whole of this duration.
Yeah.
I think that we've had a period where it's been particularly, with mental health problems, it's been particularly bad.
Yeah.
So I've probably had paid more out in the recent few years than over the whole thing. I wouldn't like to say what I've spent over the whole thing, but
that's
in the last couple of years.
Didn't you kind of think, like, at some point, like, you know, perhaps, you know, they need to experience the natural consequence of their action in order to get better? I mean, wouldn't have that been easy way out? And, well, you know, you made this, you know, you made these choices, and I've done everything I can. If, you know, 5 years into it, 10 years into it, done everything. You know, going. I mean, why don't you do that? Why don't you?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. I just can't do it. I can't give you a reason, except to me it's unconditional love. It's what I would do for my child. I'm sure it's what my mother would have done for me. I just don't see any. That's it. This is my job.
Yeah.
It's my job, and that's it.
No, can't get a better answer than that. Would you say that the drugs and the addiction have kind of added to that mental health?
Definitely. I mean, you hear all the time about the psychosis that goes with cannabis.
Yeah.
So definitely, I can tell when my child's been doing drugs and their mental health is particularly bad. When drugs aren't involved their mental health is different. I'm not going to say the problems go away, but they're different. So it is like this chicken and egg situation. What came first? But then getting mental health problems diagnosed these days, it's an absolute nightmare because the mental health services are so overstretched. As soon as you get seen in mental health services, you get discharged. So there's no ongoing support with that. There's not a lot of ongoing support for addictions as well. That if you're in Wiltshire, there's a lot more support, but Swindon's got a different budget, and I don't know if it's changed recently, but it certainly hadn't changed. So there's no real, there's no funding for rehab and things like that.
I guess that makes it easy to obviously relapse if if that's the only way.
Yeah, because you've got no support.
Yeah.
And so there are the services that are available, things like NA. That doesn't suit everybody.
No, I agree. Yeah.
So, I know there are services and good services out there, and they're helpful and supportive to some people, but they don't support everybody.
Everybody, yeah. And of course, people have their own different stories and different scenarios, and I guess trying to use one method to it doesn't work.
It doesn't work with everybody. Some people it does, and that's great if it does. But it doesn't work with everybody. It's not a one size fits all. You can't have that approach because everybody's different.
Yes, I agree. I mean, were there any times where you feel because of your child's decision and feel threatened and scared or worried in your own home? Has there been?
I don't feel like that. I get angry, and I get very angry about it. I'd like 1 minute in a room with a dealer, and they see what a tiger mother was like. I get that angry about it. I don't want anybody to threaten my child or to anything because it just makes me very angry.
I mean, you seem like a very strong mother, and obviously that's credit to you. But are you not kind of putting yourself in a position where you think you can fix the problem? Where you think you can fix the problem? Why in fact, when it's not something that we can be fixed, so perhaps your child he made these choices, let him face the consequences of his choices.
I understand what you're saying. To me, mothers always want to fix everything. We think we can fix the world. We think we're invincible, and I would do anything to fix it. And I think I just live in hope. That's what I do. I live in hope that one day it will all go away, and things will be normal. And that's all I can hang on to, because if I didn't have that hope, I don't know, where I'd be. It has had a massive effect on our family. I'm always a bit reluctant to go away anywhere because I don't know quite what I'm going to come back to. But then, to be fair, that sort of thing is getting better, because
Good.
I think my child is starting to see the errors of their way, if I can put it like that, and take responsibility. And now it is up to me to give that responsibility back. And I do find that hard. I do really struggle with that, because I think I'm frightened of. This is the thing that frightens me. I'm frightened that if I if I give everything back and it all goes wrong, I've got to pick it all up again. Yeah. So I sort of hang on to bits, but slowly I'm trying to give back, and they're taking back responsibility, and hopefully it is a slow process.
Yeah. Yes.
It's not going to happen in a week.
Yeah.